Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
And they bring a pressure as well, and they get it knocked out as Witherspoon came under pressure, and Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown.
Have you seen her? So bad and pretty, moving with a style and ease, and I feel her.
Seattle reigns above them all in the NFL. The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the second time.
Do you at my way? Ooh, come on, take a dance. You're old enough to dance.
By now we know that Seattle are Super Bowl 60 champions. They dismantled the New England Patriots 29-14 on Sunday night. And I know for those of you who enjoy offense and close games, as do I, this probably wasn't the most exciting or memorable Super Bowl in recent memory. But I really enjoyed going back and watching the film from this game because Seattle was so impressive. And they were so well coached, thanks to, of course, head coach and defensive play caller Mike Macdonald. And then offensively, OC Clint Kubiak, who, as of Monday, is now head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Everyone watching today's video, I do hope that you were able to watch my previous one ahead of the Super Bowl where I made my predictions for the game, because there's going to be a lot of references I make to that video when I break down my keys to a Seattle win, some of which of course came true, some of which of course did not. I thought Seattle would win this 23-16. I was close. I did not expect it to be as much of a blowout as it became. Although I wasn't shocked by New England struggling as much as they did offensively. That's been the case for them all postseason long. And in my opinion, outside of maybe just the Houston Texans, who should have beaten the Patriots in the divisional round on the road if it weren't for the abysmal play of their quarterback CJ Stroud, the Seahawks had the best defense in football. I'm not going to continue rambling. I'm going to jump into the videos that I have put together for today and show you exactly what it was that made Seattle so dominant in this game, as they are now, once again, Super Bowl 60 champions. The first and most important part of the Super Bowl I want to discuss is Drake May and the Patriots' continued sack issues. He'd been sacked 15 times heading into Sunday's game, with a pressure to sack ratio of 45.5%, as I mentioned in my preview from last week. May proceeded to get sacked 6 times, some of which were definitely on him, although the Patriots' offensive line wasn't great either, especially left tackle Will Campbell. I said New England needed to avoid negative plays, and they didn't. Not only was May sacked 6 times, but he also turned it over 3 times, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. The 21 sacks that he took this postseason became a new NFL record. And Seattle didn't even blitz a ton, only on 20.8% of May's dropbacks. They mostly dropped into zone coverage and rushed 4, and even that was enough to put stress on the Pats' offensive line and May. However, when Seattle did blitz, that also caused problems for New England. Cornerback Devin Witherspoon had 7 pass rush snaps, and he recorded 3 pressures, 1 sack, and 2 hits, one of which, of course, led to Uchenna Nwosu's pick 6. Up next, I was surprised that the Seahawks' rushing offense totally outdid the Patriots' run D. New England had one of the best rushing defenses in football this season, and certainly in the playoffs. However, Seattle found ways to get Kenneth Walker into open space, where he was able to break off numerous explosive runs. Christian Barmore and Milton Williams are difference makers on the inside for New England, so Seattle ran outside zone time and time again. When Kenneth Walker, who ultimately won Super Bowl MVP, ran through the D-gaps on the outside shoulder of his tight ends, he averaged 6.18 yards per carry, 11 rushes for 68 yards. This reinforced the Seahawks' heavy personnel passing attack scheme, because all night they were setting up their only offensive touchdown of the game to A.J. Barner in the 4th quarter. The play looks identical to many other outside runs, but instead Darnold fakes the run and throws to a wide open Barner on a corner route, as New England bites on the play and it puts the game away. I was super impressed with Walker's speed and patience in this game. I thought New England's run defense was pretty much impenetrable, but he ran like a maniac for 135 yards and, of course, the MVP title. As for the other half of Seattle's game plan, I was right in assuming they would prefer to attack Marcus Jones in the slot as opposed to Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis. Jones was targeted 7 times in this game, allowing 7 catches for 72 yards, and it started on the opening drive. Meanwhile, Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis were targeted a combined 11 times, allowing just 4 catches for 43 yards. Gonzalez looked like an all-pro on Sunday night. He broke up 3 passes and allowed a passer rating of just 40.4 in coverage. When Seattle was forced into obvious passing situations, like 3rd and long, they struggled to win routes against the Patriots' outside corners, and if it weren't for Sam Darnold making the odd escape from pressure, or Kenneth Walker ripping off chunk plays on the ground, they wouldn't have scored many of their 5 field goals. Credit to Darnold, he wasn't forcing the issue, and was content with protecting the football because his defense is so good, and field goals would be more than enough for Seattle in this game. It also didn't help that JSN was battling with multiple injuries, lower body, and concussion in this game, and even left for a couple drives in the second half. Although, he did play 37.5% of his receiving snaps in the slot. And finally, before I close things out, back to the Pats. Like it has all playoffs long, the Patriots' rushing offense was bad. Their running backs Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson combined to average just 3.23 yards per carry, 13 rushes for 42 yards. The Seattle defensive front was stout, and New England certainly abandoned their rushing attack once they were trailing. Ultimately, the Seahawks defense won this game, and while Walker was awesome out of the backfield, the MVP award should have, if it were possible, gone to their entire defensive unit. Mike McDonald drew up some awesome disguised coverages and exotic pressure looks, which threw off May, who played really bad in this game. But also, the Seahawks defense was just way more talented than the Patriots offense and made so many plays. I hope you were all able to learn something from today's breakdown and all of the breakdowns I had throughout the 2025 season, which has now come to a close. I will be shifting my focus to the NFL's free agency period and my favorite time of the year, the NFL draft. In my next video coming out at the end of this week or early next week, I'm going to be breaking down my favorite wide receiver prospect, Arizona State's Jordan Tyson. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is that you feel like. I appreciate all the love, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.